Hey boy. Today, as you can see, I've cut my hair and my facial hair. But before we forget about it, before we move on to the next chapter of my life, well, as I did last year, I'm going to show you the hair that I cut off. Like this, for instance, this strand here. I find it quite fascinating how matted hair can clump so solidly together and part of it can get so hard, like absolutely rock hard. Like you could imagine there's a big stone trapped inside them with how you can imagine there's a big hair trapped inside you could imagine a big stone trapped inside the hard parts with how rock solid certain parts feel to squeeze. In fact, in the past, when it was still attached to my head and I was squeezing these parts, and I was squeezing these parts, and I was squeezing these parts, and I was squeezing these parts. It, it actually, and I was squeezing these parts. It actually hurt my fingers. Although I do have little baby fingers, as you can see, so that probably isn't surprising. But the best is yet to come, as you can see here, because I didn't think my matted hair would be as bad this time around with how it looked in my last video, where it looked like matted dreadlocks on the back of my head, pretty much. But take a look at the size of it. Yes, this is like it's definitely a bigger clump than last time, I think, isn't it? I was trying to cut, I was thinking it'd just be a matter of cutting the various matted dreadlocks off, but somehow it ended up all being one big piece, joined together by this little thin part here, which I was trying to cut at first, but it was too thick for the scissors, and so in the end, the whole task took longer than I thought, and I ended up having to cut it all off. Talk about going down a bit of a rabbit hole, eh? Anyway, I think I've said what I want to say, everything that I want to say. Quite fascinating as well how bits of grey hair end up getting entangled in these matted parts, isn't it? It's like the whole matting process doesn't discriminate at all between the colours of the strands of hair, isn't it? So I suppose you can complement the whole matting process on its equal opportunities, can't you? The equal opportunities that it endorses through its actions. But yes, say goodbye to the matted hair now, because I imagine I'll be disposing of it soon, since the birds didn't use my last load of matted hair as a nest, unfortunately enough, and it ended up being disposed of. So, yeah, quite amazed now it's so solid and no bits of hair are coming away from it at all, isn't it? Kind of looks a bit grainy, like there's like dandruff in it as well. Not sure though, probably is dandruff. Since I wasn't, I wasn't the biggest advocate of overall general hygiene, was I? But that'll likely be changing in the future. That'll likely be changing in the future. So that's it. So until next time, baby doll, viewers at home, goodbye.